Okay, I'm back. Sorry that the previous bit was blurry. I didn't realize that for some reason the camera didn't refocus. Um, man. Anyways, well, enough talk about guns and things. Um, yeah, I need psychological help as well as some physical help. Before I do lose my mind or lose myself to these frustrations and anxieties and stresses and anger. Anger is a horrible thing. Stress is a horrible thing. And I'm suffering from it and have been suffering from stress and anger and anxiety for 20 years, and I know life's not always fair. Life is stressful. Everybody goes through things, but, it doesn't mean I don't need help, or I shouldn't get help, because I'm not normal, and I can't function. Most people are at least able to function, or at least try to, and even at working at it, struggling to do things, still manage to actually accomplish things. And that's whatever it is. And it just doesn't work. I don't know why. Never been able to figure it out. Tried to the point of tears. And then we just get yelled at for not trying hard enough. That's why I was close to suicide, was no one listening, and people telling me, you're not trying hard enough, you just do it. I'm trying to just do it, but it's not just doing. For whatever reason, it doesn't just do. Sometimes it does. Sometimes things flow great, and I can do amazing things, come up with amazing ideas, like magnetic motor generators and generating electricity with the wind in unique ways, and all these ideas are in my head, but I've never been able to figure out what to do with them or how to go about doing anything with them, because I can't put them out on paper, or half the time I can't move, or can't explain, or I have no one to explain them to that would understand or anything, and I don't really have, well, I do have friends, but my own social anxiety issues prevent me from saying, hey, let's hang out, doing anything, because I know people are often busy and whatever, but even people that aren't busy and they say, yeah, just let me know. I'm like, yeah, I will, sure. Yeah, no, because sometimes it's just easier being miserable, I guess. I don't want to be miserable, and I want to do something that's, like I'm looking for a boat, and I want to find like a 35 to 40 foot catamaran and rip out the diesel motors, put in electric motors, and then take down the mast and sails and put up a vertical wind turbine and stack that up, and if enough, you can actually generate quite a bit of electricity, or some other, I've seen some, YouTube has some amazing free energy, cheap energy devices out there that, electrical strings are tied on tied along the lifeline, and that are the safety lines that are running across a magnet that are generating small amounts of electricity. You know, you can get enough of those along the thing. And the wind fluttering these strings, and you're generating electricity. It's not a whole lot, but every little bit is something. And you know, there's unique solar panels out there. These ideas are in my head, but I have no way of doing anything with them. I don't, because I try to go about physically doing them, and either I don't have the parts, I can't afford to get the parts. No one will assist me to get any of these things, because it's like, oh, figure out everything, and it's like, I don't know how to figure out the list of things that I need, the parts. That's where my brain starts to fail, is those individual steps. Like with the math, I can see the end result, but all the in-between steps just don't make sense. Yeah, at least until some random spur of inspiration hits, and then I can go for maybe for a bit, but do something for a while, and then it kind of stops. And then once it's stopped, I can't get back into it. I sit down to try to get back into writing or reading or exercise or eating properly. Working on my website, doing with photography, going out, getting the photos printed, figuring out where to sell them. If I could even get printed decently, because I'm just horrible luck. Everything comes out wrong. And I currently don't even have a computer. I don't have a working computer right now. I'm having to use parents' computer after having to move back to my parents' house after roommates were incapable of not making a disaster. And yeah, and not cleaning it up for a week, which is just driving me insane. And then on top of not being able to sleep, and the neighbor downstairs was screaming at her kids from across, you could hear her everywhere. Just that panic attacks from, my own childhood. And so I left after one of the roommates punched a hole in the wall. And and the complex didn't kick him out. So I was like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to risk getting punched myself after he threatened to punch me. And I won't go. I'm just going to, I don't know. I'm tired, rambling. Just struggling. I need help. I think maybe if I had enough money, or the ability to, if I had the money to have, so I could go to the places that I need to go to find a boat that I could maybe find for free, save a rescued boat from being destroyed, but I can't afford the travel, and with my health issues, I can't just pack a backpack and go, because I tried that and I ended up in the hospital instead of at the train station. That just unfortunately doesn't work for me, which, maybe being on a boat wouldn't be the best thing either, but, at least be outside, and still a quasi comfortable place, at least an enjoyable, do something enjoyable, do something fun, do something that I want to do, follow a dream. And I've always been fascinated. I've always wanted to travel and do photography and go to the tropics, like everybody. But I got to figure out how to do it because I'm dying otherwise. And I don't know what's wrong with me, so I don't know if I'm officially terminal. But with living with this much stress and with convulsing as much as I do, you can watch my other videos to see that the full convulsions, and there's no way I'm going to be able to live to be 90 or 100 unless something happens, unless somebody listens and pays attention and tries to help me. I've been trying to ask for help, but I can't figure out how to or who to ask or start doing things, and it doesn't get followed through. Like, we'll see how long it takes me to get this uploaded to YouTube and at all. At least I'm doing it. I'm trying to do something and trying to ask for help from someone, anyone. But I don't want the handout. I want a hand up. The handout doesn't help. It doesn't do any good, there's the adage of give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. No, not quite. You still have to help him get the fishing pole, the line, the hook, the bait, the net, possibly give him the knife so he can cut the fish open, or help him figure out how to get those things, or how to, those are the things that are needed more than just teaching them how to fish. You can teach someone how to do something, but if they don't have the tools to do it, then they can't do it. So like right now, I don't have a computer, so I can't really do the video editing or photo editing as much as I would like to, or where I would like to. If I had a laptop, I could maybe try to go out and about, and maybe try to do something. Maybe, of course, when I end up spasming, and when I'm downtown or around people, there always people start staring and and want to ask questions, and then or want to call 911, and then that just creates more of a mess if they actually do, and then have to deal with all the EMTs and all that stuff, and it's just more stressful. And then they tell me I need to go into the hospital, but every time I have, the hospital refuses to do anything. They say, well, since you've been having this problem for so long, and it's not something new, or you didn't hurt yourself at the moment, so there's nothing we can do for you. Yeah. I'm like, great. So I don't feel like I can go to the hospital or take the ambulance, even though the EMTs recommend that I do so. The nurses anywhere just recommend, yeah, you should go to the hospital. And so I go to a hospital occasionally, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to do it. And the doctor says, we're not going to do anything. The receptionist is like, whoa, there's something wrong with you. The nurse is like, whoa, there's something wrong with you. You need help. Definitely, we'll get you in. We'll try to do whatever we can to help you. And then I talk to the doctor, and then the doctor's all, no, I'm not going to do anything. No, no, this is not where you need to be. We can't do anything for you here. We're not going to do an MRI for you, or we're not going to do your EEG. Even though you don't have any answers, sorry, but that's the way it is. So I have no faith in America anymore. Well, I would say I feel America is lost. The America that our veterans have fought for in the past and think they're fighting for now is not what America is now. We've lost our way. We were a great nation, and I wish we were. And I grew up saying the Pledge of Allegiance with the under God, and I hold honor to that. But we have to retain. We've lost the sense of honor, the sense of decency, the sense of community, and the sense of helping those who are struggling. You know, if we want to call ourselves a Christian nation, then we should act like it, because Jesus said, help the poor without question. Don't question whether or not they're legitimate. You know, if they're asking for help, help them move forward. You know, that's what Jesus did. He didn't. Anybody who is willing to do something, to try or to ask, he helped. It didn't matter if they had been a prostitute or were sick, a leper, unclean, or you know, the prostitute, the adulterous woman, either the woman about to be stoned or the woman at the well. You know, just like, yeah, so I don't hold whatever. Doesn't matter. That's what Jesus said. But that's America for you. We're not a Christian nation, despite trying to claim to be. Not only by legally we're not, but also morally we're not, ethically we're not, I should say. And just, yeah, the way we treat the poor, the way we treat, quote, sinners, is not Christ-like at all. For Christians, I should say. As a nation, as a public nation, it doesn't matter. You choose, you do what you wish. I mean, as long as you don't harm anybody. You know, that's the general thing, you know. Don't bring harm to another person. Help each other out. That's how we live. That's how we have productive society, civilization, species. It's the only way. It's the only way we'll truly be able to be a great nation, or a great people, great planet. Yeah. Philosophy, I like it. But I could go on, and that's not about my health. I suppose it is a little bit, maybe. It's important. But I can't do anything about it most of the time. Again, not being able to move, or not, can't focus to write a book. You know, I've got 100 ideas for books to write and a few starts on things, but the brain won't stay focused on it to continue, or to sit and write more on them. Even typing, handwriting or typing, whatever, whichever, with music, without, whatever. It's not always functioning enough to do anything besides talk to myself. usually stressed out and anger towards the disability people and doctors who aren't listening. It's like, why won't you listen? I've got all these problems. Why aren't you listening? What am I supposed to do? Yeah. But no, you're over-exaggerating. Yeah, that's what they tell me. They tell me I'm over-exaggerating. Quite frankly, when I can barely stand up to cook for myself, to make a meal, or without convulsing or flailing all over the place, or even eat a meal, there's something wrong. I can barely get up off the couch to go to the bathroom. I'm 30 years old now, and this started when I was 18. And I don't know what's wrong. I need help. I think maybe if I did have some help, maybe I could do something. But I haven't gotten any help. It's the people want to help, and they're like, yeah, you need help. But the people who can help haven't, or I've needed to help. But yeah, I guess I got to. Yeah, this is long. This is enough. Cheerio. Yay! Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. One foot in front of the other. I don't know. If you made it through this, thank you for watching. If there's anything, and I've got photos, go find my DeviantArt page, danwilliamsphoto.deviantart.com. Maybe if I can figure out how to work the YouTube thing, I'll put a little link down below. Whatever. I'm selling photos. Buy my photos. They're beautiful. At least that's what people tell me. Walking with a cane, trying to take photos, and struggling, but still do it when I can. So, cheers. Catch you on the flip side.